Everyone in our family have stripes on their buttocks. Why? My grandfather got married to a zebra! I'm still wondering how my grandmother made my grandfather fall in love with her. I went to the jungle where my grandparents lived. I decided to meet my grandmother's friends to get more information about my grandmother. What her friends told me really shocked me. It was hard to believe that my grandfather was married to an evil animal. I was still wondering how my grandfather fell in love with her. So I decided to spy on her for one whole day. The next day, when I woke up, I quickly finished up my morning chores. After my grandfather had gone for fishing, my grandmother left the house. I was wondering where she would go so early in the morning, so I decided to follow her. Well, after about a 10-kilometer walk, I saw a huge mansion. I felt like fainting. I never thought a zebra would work in such a huge mansion. Anyway, what would she be doing in there? I decided to check it out. The mansion was full of magic potions. My grandmother was a zebra witch? I wanted to find out if any potions were used to make my grandfather fall in love. After my grandmother left, I looked around for potions. All the bottles were full except one. It was labeled Love Potion. I decided that that was the potion used for my grandfather. I wanted to test it on someone. The next day, I tested some of the potion on a monkey. Guess what? It worked! I ran to the fishing place where my grandfather was and explained everything. He was totally surprised. He decided to make himself not fall in love with that witch. After midnight, I and my grandfather sneaked out of the house and headed to the mansion. As I said, it was a 10 kilometers walk. We took an hour to reach the mansion. My grandfather and I scurried into the mansion's room where the potions were kept. I looked through the potions. Aha! Love Killer! This is the potion! My grandfather grabbed the potion from me. I grabbed it back. We need to test it first! I cried out. Well, I and my grandfather went straight back to the same monkey. I gave a certain amount of it. It worked! So I gave the rest of the potion to my granddad. He drank it. In a flash of lightning, he was back to his normal state. It worked! Oh yeah! Well, that was not the end. The evil zebra's plan was destroyed. My grandfather destroyed that witch with the strike of his arrow. The next day, when I went to the toilet to poo, there were no straps on my buttocks. I was so happy as when we were with my grandmother, we had stripes on our buttocks and also behaved like zebras. Such an enlightenment that I was not in a zebra family. Now, the story was told from my grandfather. Not that it was not true. I love the story so much that I'm telling this to you. Now, what is the moral of the story? Think twice before you make a decision to get married. Haha. Actually, what I learned is think twice before you make a decision to do something. Thank you.